Right, hello, happy witching hour. So I'm not going to be here long at all. I just wanted to come and talk about a little bit about why I've not been here and why I will not be on YouTube too often. Um, First of all, and you know, I guess every once in a while, on my other videos, my older videos, people are able to find my older videos, but it's kind of um, anyway. So, first of all, we are fine. And if you insist on listening to other people who don't talk to me, who don't know anything about me really, because you want to hear a story that sounds entertaining, then that's on you. I'm not discussing nothing on here, okay? In fact, nobody that's going through gang stalking, when gang stalkers set it up to where you literally have to tell people your whereabouts and they're constantly fishing and they have utterly no idea what's going on with your life whatsoever. Uh, yeah, only the people close to me know what's really going on in my life, and it's actually a lot of positive things. Um, yeah, so I could just sense that people are assuming the worst, and that's because you like to listen to negativity. That's fine, okay? Do what you do, but we're doing amazing, and we are doing amazing with the help of the Gwinnett County Police Department, and that's all I'm going to say. Okay? Now, I've been busy, and I'm getting ready to talk to you guys about some stuff, and this is one of the reasons why I cannot stalking is not random. It's not for some other purposes of the government. Um, And if it's somebody like a family member facilitating it, or an ex husband, or ex girlfriend, or ex boyfriend, okay? What I do for a living and what I do for my clients is very serious that most people would not touch. You have to understand that, and I'm going to say this when I'm done going over what I want to go over, is that I am going to, and I am already immensely blessed for what I do. I will always, always, always be blessed for what I do. Hello, Unicali. How are you? Yeah, just because you see me on here doesn't mean that things are not going well for me. And I'm not going to be on this channel too often, especially not coming on here talking about this and that. If it's a conspiracy theory, I'm going to do something about it. If it's something going on, I'm going to do something about it. If I can't handle it, I'm going to go to the gods. So, yeah. But I've been working on a client's case, which the client has been getting gang stalked forever, even since she was a child. Spiritual work, messed up family. And of course, that adds more problems, compounded up on more problems. So then, of course, that creates enemies. And the enemies, you see, like I said, just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. But the client's adversaries pretty much took the time to rewrite her entire history and legacy, future and lifetime. Okay, when a motherfucker wants to ruin your life, they will go through great lengths. And yes, you can do that with black magic. Yes, you can. Okay. So, what I've been doing is taking a fine tooth comb and pretty much combing out all the gnats and barnacles and bullshit of my client, because this client paid me $10,000 to do this for her. Okay? Gang stalking victims are not the crazy ones. Gang stalking victims should be taken care of in this country. It is equivalent to being hit by a bus. It can be if you don't have a healer like me around. Okay. So I've been working on a very important client's case, and that's what I do for a living. Okay. So that's why I haven't been here. I've been very, very busy. I thought I would pop in on the new moon, and just let you guys know that literally I spend hours and hours taking care of my clients, just like anybody else that has an 8-hour workday, as well as, of course, raising my children. Jacob is fine. Tyrese is fine. That's the extent that I'm going to go to on my information. But just know that we are doing great, and we're doing greater than we think. Dealing with client cases, not just client cases, but my own. Okay. Been dealing with new ways of abolishing the evil eye. These people attacking families. This woman's family was attacked. I did get her husband to come back to her and her and her kids, because they were attacking her so bad that the husband and the kids left. She did nothing. Literally is a very quiet lady. Did nothing. And so that, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So um how have y'all been? I hope everybody is doing well, everybody that is normal. So, I've been, again, fixing it, fixing it for real. Yeah. So we know, and we are very aware of the let's rewrite the gang stalking victims history. They tried to do that to me too. It is what it is. You're not smart. You know what I'm saying? The past, the whole history, the whole history. For example, your mother could have been clean and free and clear of drugs, and they'll rewrite in your history that your mother did drugs months while you were pregnant, while she was pregnant with you. And, you never did drugs, but they rewrite history where you was on drugs that you never actually, never been in your body. But y'all, the thing of it is that you can do a lot of focus on is the good that we can do. That's what we focus on. Okay. So, and I'm talking low because I'm standing outside and I don't want to wake nobody up. Okay. As far as the issues in Georgia, those issues are resolved. Don't ask me how. It's over. Okay. Anybody that's watching that talks to me personally, that knows me personally, knows what's up. It's a sad, sad thing that I can't come on here and just be free and freely tell you guys what's going on and the good news and all of that. But what that leads is to a bunch of BS, and that I don't have time for. Okay. So yeah. It's sad when people are so jealous of you that they just want to see you, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, y'all. It is some petty ass people in this fucking world. But being petty is very dangerous when you have something called the power of love and compassion and healing and the Most High, God, the gods, and the spirits that are protecting us. Now, one thing I am going to tell y'all before I go is that we got to get these men in check, because I don't know if y'all noticed, but there were men, well, we'll call them eunuchs. They were doing weird rituals on women during the Lionsgate portal opening. Interesting. So that is being reversed. Okay. I don't know what it is about men these days when it comes to women. I have an issue. I have trust issues when it comes to any man over 35 or 40. I can guarantee you that 7 times out of 10, if a man is over 35 or 40, 7 out of 10 is something wrong with him. Mentally disturbed. So, that's what we dealing with. That's what we dealing with. Okay. As women, I ain't tripping off of no woman that doesn't have enough common sense to stand up with the rest of us, because if we don't, there will be no future. So people can talk all their crap, but it's the reality of it. Okay. So unfortunately, maybe later it'll be discussed. Everything will be discussed. Um, but that's what I've been working on. And just by the way, on a side note, if you've been, trust me, when they start to rewrite your history, this is when you know you're in trouble. And then especially if they're repetitively repeating things that have never happened. Okay. So they've been doing rituals, domination rituals, death rituals, um, Bible rituals, slavery rituals, destruction rituals, specifically on women, because a lot of these men in this world and some of the women that's with them are insane. So that's just what that is. Protect your children, okay? Hide your husband, hide your wife, hide your children, okay? Yeah. So it's just, yeah, we dealing with mass mental illness is what we're dealing with, okay? All right. Just want to let y'all know that. And, you either going to trust, well, I know y'all, a lot of bitches y'all can't trust, but, you know, y'all know I almost died for it. So, yeah, yeah, no. Okay. uh So that's what we're dealing with. Dealing with a lot of anger. We're dealing with a lot of confusion. We're dealing with a lot of chaos. Okay. Okay. Stick with me. Everything gonna be all right. You keep going all the way all around the world. It's just not going to be. Okay. It's not. Let's keep it real. As long as your family is healthy, safe, and alive, you're lucky. Because it's nothing but death out there. Just telling you. It's a lot of it. You're dealing with a depopulation agenda that is not necessarily predicated upon by our government necessarily. Corruption within the government. Think about it. The more the population grows, the richer the government gets. These are private sector people, people that are these are citizens that have lost their mind. We're dealing with the crazies, okay? Yeah, and I support our government in most of the things that they're doing. Because yeah, okay, all right. So it is what it is, okay? Yeah, exactly. And we don't play that mess over here, Unicali. We don't play that mess. Okay. You know what I'm saying? All right. So yeah, my client, the reason why I've been giving her so much attention is because her ex-husband, uh, 20 years ago, had been sending her through this for 20 years. 20 years she's been going through this. Okay. And I just got that family back together. So that was a huge win. Okay. And then, I know that it, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that he did it. He wasn't necessarily involved. Now, if your husband is involved with gang stalkers, uh, get his tombstone ready. Okay. Uh, his grave marker. Okay. Plan his funeral because he's a piece of garbage. But her husband was just too complacent, and he was very weak and very possessed and very crazy, and just fra la 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 la, just went all along with it. Court case curses being put on her. He's going back and forth to court doing all this crazy stuff. There was no documentation of anything ever happening, but he still kept doing it. Okay. So, and this is something that she went through her whole life. And it just is what it is. I can't give the whole story. Okay. Right now, what we need to do is get some TLC to